alleged victim just finished her testimony in Washington State, where we together are watching day 3 of the attempted honor killing trial for Ihsan Ali and his wife, Zahraa.
They're facing several charges, including attempted murder, after prosecutors say they attacked their teenage daughter, Fatima, who just finished her testimony. Let's go back into the courtroom now. A new witness on the stand, another high school student, is on the stand who witnessed the altercation.
What grade were you in then?
I was a junior.
And Zayla, what time does school get out each day?
2 p.m.
2 p.m.? Okay. And then back in October of last year, how do you normally get to school each morning?
I ride the city bus.
Okay. And when you say the city bus, is that the inner city transit bus?
Yes.
Okay. And how about after school? How do you get home?
I also ride the city bus back home.
And can you tell the jury where the city bus stop is in relationship to Timberline High School?
It's right in front of the school.
Okay. Zayla, do you know someone by the name of Fatima Ali?
Yes.
How do you know Fatima?
Through school.
Okay. Are you friends with Fatima?
Yes.
Okay. And do you call her Fatima or do you call her something different?
I call her Ali.
Ali? Is that her nickname?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you still friends with Fatima?
We talk sometimes.
Okay. Do you know someone by the name of Isaiah?
Yes.
And how do you know Isaiah?
Also through school.
Okay. Are you friends with Isaiah?
Yes.
Okay. Zayla, I want to bring your attention to October 18th of 2024. When school let out that day at 2 p.m., where did you go?
I went to the bus stop in front of the school.
Okay. And when you got to the bus stop, was there anyone else that was already there?
A lot of students were already there. I got there a little late.
I'm sorry?
A lot of students were already there because I got there a little late.
Okay. And when you got there, you mentioned there were a lot of students already there. Did you recognize any of them?
Yes.
Who did you recognize? And you indicated when you got to the bus stop, Ali and Isaiah were already there. What were they doing when you first got to the bus stop?
I think Ali was arguing with her father.
Okay. And were you able to understand what they were arguing about?
No, I couldn't, but there was a boy named Noah that could understand some things.
Okay. When Ali and her father were they arguing in English or a different language?
It was in a different language.
Okay. And what were their tone? What was Ali's tone like when she was arguing with her father?
She seemed frightened.
Okay. What did you see or hear that make you believe she was frightened?
She was crying.
Okay.
And she was talking in a really high pitch. And it just seemed like she was afraid.
Okay. And what about her father? What kind of tone did he have?
He was yelling at her.
Okay. And when Ali and her father were, when they were talking to each other, what was Isaiah doing?
I think he was also trying to talk to him.
Okay. When you say talk to him, who are you referring to?
Ali's father.
Okay. And then what happened while they were arguing?
They were just going back and forth for a little bit, and then at one point I think Ali tried to walk away or something, and her father grabbed her.
Okay. And when her father grabbed her, were you able to see where, how he grabbed her?
Not the initial. I did not.
Okay. And when Ali's father tried to grab her, what if anything did Isaiah do?
He tried to pull her back.
Okay. And when Isaiah tried to pull Ali back, what was her father's reaction?
I think he punched him in the face.
Okay. And then after he punched Isaiah in the face, what did he do after that?
I'm not exactly sure, but I looked and they had fell to the ground, and he had Ali in a chokehold, and she was trying to get away from him, but she was like losing consciousness.
Okay. So if I'm understanding you correctly, Ali's father hit Isaiah, and then the next thing that you saw, Ali and her father were on the ground already?
Yes.
Okay. And you indicated that you saw them on the ground and her father had her in a chokehold. Chokehold means different things to different people. What did you see that made you say it was a chokehold?
His arm was wrapped around her throat and she couldn't breathe. Her lips were turning purple.
Okay. And when you saw Ali's father had her in the chokehold, what was your reaction when you saw that?
I tried to help her, but I wasn't strong enough, and a lot of other students stepped in at that point.
Okay. You indicated, Zayla, you tried to help her. What did you do?
I had hit him.
Okay. And you said others do. And when you hit Ali's father, did he let go of her from the chokehold?
No.
Okay. And you also indicated other students stepped in. Do you remember who stepped in? And what did those students do when they tried to help?
They were hitting him and pulling him by his jacket,
Okay.
and other students were trying to get in.
All right, Matthew Mangino, your thoughts here. Another witness describing Ali, which her nickname, basically incapacitated, passed out, eyes rolling back. We've heard it. Now we're hearing lips turning purple. How effective is that for the state?
Well, I think that's effective for the circumstances there. I mean, certainly the conduct there was outrageous. I mean, he was trying to harm his daughter. He's strangling her until she's lifeless. The question becomes, though, is that an attempted second-degree murder? And we talked before, you know, Mom is not completely blameless here. You know, she had a protection order that said she couldn't go back to campus because she had attacked her daughter's boyfriend in the past. But this really seems to be focused on the boyfriend and not wanting him to be around the boyfriend, wanting her to be around the boyfriend, and not wanting to leave the country. You know, this whole idea of what this was kind of hyped up to be is not what the jury's hearing right now.
Yeah, the circumstances are a lot here. We've got this young witness who's testifying, and it's just reminding me of what these children went through. This was in front of children. Matthew, some states have statutes that if you do it in front of a child, it makes it even more of an aggravator. We've only got 30 seconds left.
Well, yeah, there's no question about that. And just think about that. There were young people here hitting the defendant, trying to pull him off. I mean, it was a terrible situation as it unfolded.
Absolutely. Matthew Mangino, as always, thank you for your expertise. Quick break. When we come back, we're going back to Washington. More testimony. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Julia Janae, along with Ted Rollins. Thank you for following along with us as we are in Washington State. Our cameras are there watching this gripping testimony. It's day 3 in the attempted honor-killing trial for Ihsan Ali and Zahraa Ali.
They're both charged with second-degree attempted murder after they allegedly tried to choke their daughter to death. 17-year-old Fatima ran away from home in the early morning hours of October 18th, 2024, the same day that her entire family was scheduled to fly to Iraq.
Now, Fatima's parents eventually located her near a bus stop later that day where an altercation ensued. It was all captured on camera, multiple angles. We're getting you back into court now, picking it up where we left off. We're listening to someone who was a high school student at the time, an eyewitness to this altercation. And just a reminder, when we're showing you these witnesses who are very young, the court does not permit us to show the faces of the minors, but we can listen to their testimony.
And when you and the other students got involved, were you all successful in getting Ali's father away from her?
I don't remember. I think so, but I think adult had stepped in at that point.
Okay.
Yes.
And you mentioned an adult has stepped in at that point. Do you remember what where the adult came from?
He got out of his truck. He had parked on the side of the road.
Okay. And you indicated when Ali was on the ground, she was, you indicated she couldn't breathe. What did you see that made you think she couldn't breathe?
She was gasping for air and her eyes were rolling back to the back of her head.
Okay. Do you remember if at any point, you indicated Ali's father was there. Do you remember at any point if any adult females showed up?
Yes, Ali's mom and
Okay.
sister.
Okay. And when Ali's mom showed up, do you remember what she did?
I think she was trying to help her husband with Ali.
Okay. And what did you see that make you believe that she was helping her husband?
When Ali had tried to get off, or when she had got away from her father, she had tried to run and her mom had grabbed her and she was grabbing her by the throat and stuff.
Okay. And when you saw Ali's mom grab her by the throat, do you remember what Ali did or say?
She pushed her away.
Okay. And at some point, was Ali able to sort of get away from that scene at the bus stop?
Yes, she was.
Okay. Do you know where she went?
She went into the high school.
Okay. And what about Ali's mom? After Ali went to the high school, do you know where her mom went?
She tried chasing her.
Okay. And you indicated Ali's sister also showed up. At some point, did you end up trying to talk to her sister?
I did not talk to her personally, no.
Okay. And at some point, did the police arrive?
Yes.
Okay. And did you talk to any of the police officers?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember during the incident at the bus stop whether you indicated that the reason you went to the bus stop was because you were trying to catch the bus to go home?
Yes.
Do you remember when the incident at the bus stop was happening, whether the bus showed up at any point?
The bus going the other way did show up and the bus driver did get off the bus and try to interfere.
Okay. And Zayla, have you seen a video of this incident that was taken by one of the students?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, permission to publish Exhibit 61.
You may.
And Zayla, we see somebody.
Can you please indicate the time that you have stopped the video?
Yes, Your Honor, I apologize. The video is stopped at 00:11. Zayla, I'm pointing to somebody with the red dot, the big red dot, to somebody who is standing sort of in the middle upper portion of this video image, wearing sort of all black. Do you know who that person is?
That is,
And what is happening at this point that we see in the video?
at that point, they had been on the ground for a little bit, and we were trying to get him off, and we needed somebody to call 911.
Okay, and when you say they have been on the ground for a little bit, who's they?
Ali and her father.
And continue playing the video. I don't have any additional questions at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kading, cross-examination.
Just to clarify, good morning. Just to clarify one thing. The arrival of the two older women, did you know them?
No, I did not.
Okay. Had you ever been to Fatima's house?
No,
Okay. Had you ever met any other members of her family?
no.
Okay. So when these two women showed up then at the scene, do you remember when that was?
I think it was sometime after Fatima and her father were struggling on the ground.
Okay. And you indicated that you didn't have any interaction with the younger woman. Is that right?
I don't think so. I think I only had an interaction with her mother.
Okay. And do you recall telling her to get away and pushing at her?
No.
Okay. All right. And do you remember comforting Isaiah?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall holding him?
Yes.
Okay. And you stayed at the scene of the bus stop for how long?
I think 10 or 15 minutes after.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Mr. Larry, cross-examination.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. So, at the time that the older woman, do you know who the older woman and the younger woman wearing the headscarves were?
I didn't know at first, but I did hear that was her mother and her sister.
Okay. All right. So, you didn't necessarily know from before, but if I identify it as mother and sister, you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, at the point that mom arrived, Ali and her dad were on the ground, correct?
Yes.
And there were a large number of students around, correct?
Yes.
And the dad was actively being punched in the head, correct?
Yes.
Okay. By a lot of people?
Yes.
Okay. And so mom is trying to push through, correct?
Yeah, she did get through.
Okay. And then shortly thereafter,
Mom, not an English speaker, hence the earphones, but listening now to her, this witness talk about her conduct
Through a translator, yeah.
during the incident. Let's get a break. When we come back, more testimony out of the states of Washington. Stay with us.
Tonight on Closing Arguments, a shocking attack caught on video. Two parents on trial for choking their daughter in an alleged honor-killing attempt. We're diving deeper into today's testimony.
Closing Arguments, tonight at 8/7 Central, only on Court TV.
Convicted killer Brian Koberger will learn his fate for murdering 4 Idaho college students and come face to face with the families of his victims.
The sentencing of Brian Koberger, next Wednesday morning, only on Court TV.
Why were you trying to get away from your mom and your sister?
Because I was afraid.
Would you have been able to get away from either of your parents without help from Isaiah or others that were present on scene?
I could not get help if I was alone.
Welcome back. The alleged victim in this case, Fatima Ali, recalling the chaotic scene that unfolded at a bus stop last October when her parents allegedly tried to kill her.
Yeah, the prosecution here, they have charged both parents, Ihsan and Zahraa Ali, with the same charge, second-degree attempted murder, after they say they attacked their daughter because she had run away from home earlier that day ahead of a scheduled months-long trip to Iraq.
Let's go back into the courtroom now. We're hearing from an eyewitness who watched it all unfold on cross-examination.
and then shortly thereafter, and was the bus driver already there at that point?
I don't remember.
Okay. How about the other adult who came in?
No, he was not.
He was not there.
No.
Okay. Would you agree that it didn't take the adult male long to kind of subdue Dad? Is that correct?
Yeah, he put him into a chokehold.
The passerby put Dad into a chokehold.
Yes.
Okay. How long was the passerby having Dad in a chokehold?
He did struggle with him for about a minute or two.
Okay. And so Dad was fighting back for
Yes.
the passerby?
Yes.
Okay. Were you wondering if the passerby was winning or losing?
Objection.
No.
Overruled.
Did you think that the passerby was losing?
No.
Okay. But was unable to control Dad?
Was having a hard time controlling him, yes.
Okay. And then during this time, your friend Ali, Fatima, was able to get away.
Yes.
How far away did she get?
She made it all the way into the school building.
Okay. You described her mom grabbing her, correct?
Yeah.
How far away did she get before her mom had her?
She made it to the dirt, to the sidewalk of the where we were at.
Okay. Did she get up and walk and run?
She was able to get up, or she had help up, and she was able to get to the sidewalk, and her mom started grabbing her
Okay. How far away did she get from where her dad was?
to the sidewalk.
I mean, so distance-wise, like number of feet, if you can estimate.
5 feet.
Okay. Okay. And at this time, you are holding on to Isaiah, correct?
Yes.
So then, mom's holding on to her daughter, correct?
Yes.
And then Fatima's able to, she lets go, and then she runs into the school.
Yes, her and Isaiah run to the school.
Okay. And mom is how far behind?
She was right behind them for a second, but they started running faster than her.
Okay. And then did mom run, or did mom just continue to walk quickly?
I think she was just walking quickly at that point.
Okay. Do you remember yelling at Haneen when she was filming you?
Who?
The sister. Do you remember yelling at the sister while she was filming you?
I'm sure I did.
Okay. All right. Nothing further. Thank you.
Thank you. Redirect.
Zayla, when Allie's mom first showed up, you indicated she was trying to help Allie's dad. Was that your testimony?
Yes.
Okay. When Allie's mom first showed up, did you hear her ask Allie whether she was okay?
No.
Okay. Did you see her mom try to help her in any way?
No.
Okay. And you also indicated that at one point you told Allie's sister, you said something to her because she was filming you. Why did you tell her to get away from you?
Because I just didn't want her near me with the whole situation going on.
Okay. Was it, and was she actively filming you as well?
Yes, but at the time I was unsure if it was her sister or her mother.
Okay. No further questions.
Mr. Kading, any further cross-examination?
Just to clarify the last point, Ms. Carter, when the two arrived, the mother and the sister, was it the mother or the sister who was looking at her father, or looking at the man on the ground? Sorry.
It was her mother, I think.
Okay. Did you see her sister arrive?
At some point, her sister did arrive.
Okay.
I think at the end of the whole entire struggle.
Okay. So after the mother.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Leary, any recross?
Did you hear her mom say anything?
She was saying stuff, but it was in a different language. I couldn't understand.
Any further direct examination?
No, Your Honor.
May this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection, Mr. Kading?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Leary?
You are excused and you may step down. You're free to stay or go however you so desire.